club are the absolute ultimate bottle jobs, aren't you?
Do you know what? I wouldn't even call it a bottle job from us. I think I'd call it scared football from Jose Mourinho. I don't call this bottle jobs from Tottenham Hotspur. I call this scared football by Jose Mourinho because I don't think it was our players' fault today. Yes, Son and Kane had a bad game, but it's not on them. It is on the tactics that we played. I'm sorry, like you said just now, we took off and Dombele to put Sissoko on, so we had a Winks and Sissoko double pivot. Now, what is that? That is telling me that we are looking to defend a 1-0. Like, there is just, I don't even need to get into that part. But yeah, there's questions to ask of this manager because I'm sorry, you are defending 1-0 leads all the fucking time.
You are. I mean, and he's been backed up. Your board have done a fantastic job in buying brilliant players into this club. Excellent attacking players. Your board are always spending money. Your board are completely and utterly behind your manager, so they're not to blame. You've got excellent players. It's just on it's just on Jose, isn't it?
Well, we backed him to an extent, as in obviously, yeah, we didn't spend hundreds, but we got what we wanted. We got his main targets in. If we're choosing to believe that, that Doherty was his main target and Højbjerg was his main target, then yes, we got his first choices. The style of play is a problem. We need to address this style of play because this is all on him. I think this result, the Palace result, is all on Jose Mourinho because I'm sorry, it's very hard for Kane and Son to look good every game when they're playing as DMs. Literally, like I don't understand how people can get on their back but not understand that this is a manager problem. Like, yes, we were top of the league and yes, we did well at the beginning of the season, but there is very much argument as to why people would not want this guy as their manager.
I hear that completely. I want to go to Miguel. Oh, Alex has left us in the background. Oh, Alex, don't be scared. Miguel, I want to come to you. I owe you an apology. I'm man enough and strong enough to say you were absolutely right when we had this exchange a few weeks ago. You said that Spurs were pretenders. They're always going to let themselves down. They're basically a joke club, and you're being proven to be absolutely right. Just 1 win in 6 for them. Their form is almost as bad as Arsenal's. Give me your thoughts on them today.
Hey, I'll tell you guys this. One thing I always said, you guys were being extremely clinical. Your players were being extremely outperforming everything that was expected. They were scoring goals left, right, center. As soon as those goals dried up, you seen that the style of play, you guys were never playing good football. You guys were getting results. Yes, big up to you guys. You guys were getting results at the beginning of the season. But the style of play you guys were playing was completely unsustainable throughout the season. Any team that wins the league, they have a level of standard where any team they face, you know they're going to have a bunch of chances and they're going to have opportunities that they should be scoring. Tottenham, 50% of their goals are because of the simple brilliance from Son and Kane. And I can say that even as an Arsenal fan, those guys are absolutely brilliant. But hey, today, as much as you can give criticism to the players, you also got to give criticism to the manager. And you know what? These guys, until they prove me wrong, I will continue to say it. You guys are imposters, pretenders. And you know what? Harry Kane might as well pick up Olympic diving because that's the only sport he's going to pick up trophies.
There we go. Got Alfie here as well. We're going to add Elite KJ in, and man like Alex. I'm going to go to Alex first. He's a Spurs fan. I'm going to go to Alex first on this. Alex, I mean, you have to admit now. When are you going to wake up and smell the coffee? Your club have no balls.
Really.
Bottlers, another league. Really. Thrown away, Alex. Terry. What is wrong with your football club? You've been doing this for years now.
What did I say after the Liverpool game? What did I say after the Liverpool game?
That you're not
title contenders. We weren't title contenders.
I don't care about that. No.
You can see the video. If you can see the video after the Liverpool game, I said to you, in my own words, said we are not title contenders. I said. When Kane and Son are not playing, what happens? I said that. So I don't know where this is coming from, this rhetoric.
Okay, I'll give you an idea about this rhetoric.
It's just right. And the thing is that it's so funny. It's so funny.
Alex, let me answer that. Let me answer that one bit, Alex.
It's so funny.
Alex.
I'm loving this.
Alex, let's move the title contender element to one side for a minute. I'll give you that. You didn't say that. You asked in the individual game, you're still bottle jobs, bruv. Whether you're tired.
No. Listen. This is hype. Anyway, let's get back to the football side of things.
Yeah, let's get back to why you bottled another league. Why did you?
Okay, so let me make my point here. Okay. Firstly, I said that he doesn't believe in that squad. Okay, I was surprised Sanchez was playing, which I mean I've got to give him credit. He played him, so that's cool. But I have question marks. I think Alistair Gold sums it up well. The plan B is turning into plan A, which means is that we take the lead and then we fall back, which doesn't really make sense. He's not making the most out of some of the players, and I say it all the time. I say Ndombele is a good player, but I don't think he's using him better. I think you can get more out of him. I say Birdwin. I think he's compromised. I think the defensive side is compromising his game. I say that about Lo Celso, and I say that about Ali. I think I was angry with him because of what he said about Ali.
Alex, let me just say something though, and all that. I understand those criticisms of Jose, but end of the day, you guys have just got to accept this because this is how Jose Mourinho plays. So,
well, it's not gonna work out then, Terry.
Okay, well,
because Levy's not gonna like that. You see what I'm saying? Levy's not going to like it. The thing is, Terry, Terry, let me finish, because you've had so much time to talk. You've had so much time to Let me make my point.
I'll let you finish.
I can talk louder than you, mate. I can talk louder than you.
I want to hear that, bro. I want to hear how loud.
What I'm saying is, Levy's not going to be happy with his investments not working. It's not going to work.
Hang on. Okay. Let me just respond to that bit. Let me respond to that one thing. If Daniel Levy has employed Jose Mourinho and he thinks that Jose Mourinho is going to play attractive football, Daniel Levy deserves sacking. You can't employ Jose.
Sacking anyway.
Sorry?
He deserves sacking anyway, but that's besides the point.
And that's absolutely fine. So my point is this: as Tottenham fans, stop moaning about the football. Otherwise, you'll be
moaning about the football, though. I wasn't moaning about the football.
And I don't want to, hang on, no, you are moaning about the football. You're talking.
No, I wasn't moaning about the football. I could go back to the tape. Let's go back to YouTube. Let's go back to YouTube. After the Crystal Palace game, what did I say? What did I say? What did I say
about the football? Now, let me just say this, Alex, to you. We're talking about Tottenham here, and whether you are playing beautiful, free-flowing, gorgeous, sexy football under Poch or boring, pragmatic dinosaur under Jose,
he's digging a hole for himself right now. He's digging a hole for himself right now.
How can you ask
Alfie, don't start. Alfie, I don't want to hear the smoke guy. I don't want to hear the smoke guy. This is the smoke guy here. Here's the Mr. Smoke guy here talking. Yeah, I don't need to hear the smoke guy talking. Yeah, I don't need to hear it. You know what I mean? Because I hear the smoke.
Hey, but Alfie, you're now McGoldrick. Alfie McGoldrick, bro. Alfie McGoldrick, the smoke guy.
I'm going to go to Alfie. I'm going to put Alfie on. Alfie, what did you make of Spurs' performance, throwing away another 3 points today? Give me your views, bro.
Bro, listen. As a Man United fan, this is the greatest week. It's a good weekend. This is a good weekend. We're on track. We're doing what we're doing. Yeah, I said it earlier. I think Liverpool are going to drop. And then I said, I think Tottenham are going to drop. So shout out to, in the comments, Master 3D. Listen, real recognize real. We come and said, oh, yeah, Alfie was right again. And then some other brother called me an op. Shout out to you anyway, bruv. Yeah, no problem. But what I want to say is, you know, we at United know what this is. We know what this is. We know what Jose's about. Yeah, Chelsea fans, you know what Jose's about. When the players turned on him, they said, listen, we've got so much talent going forward. We can control games and go after teams and 3s and 4s and 5s, yeah? But you want us to sit back. We don't want this, yeah? And spoke to Roman and said... spoke to Roman and said, listen, get rid of this guy, yeah? And then somewhere, somehow, I believe in the Man United dressing room, when you're telling people like Paul Pogba, yeah, listen, Pogba, relax, sit back. When you're telling our attackers, listen, just sit back, yeah, and you know, take it.
Throw Martial at left wing back.
Yeah. Take it like it's Valentine's Day. Do you know what I mean? Take it.
Because rather than weird excuses about why he didn't perform, I want an answer from you.
I'm not being giving with excuses.
Okay, well, answer me this question: Why have you only won 1 game in 6 and you haven't won a game in 4?
I know.
Because he doesn't believe in the squad. I've always said that he doesn't believe in the squad that he has, unfortunately. And the thing is, though, it tells, because I look back at what Poch's reign. Whenever the beginning of the season, he always says, okay, to players, he says, I don't, you're not in my squad, you're not in my squad, you're not in my squad. And he lets go of those players, okay? But with Jose, he says, okay, I'll have this player, and then during the season, when it comes to the point where he needs to use them, it's like, yeah, I'll use them, and then when they make a mistake, he'll just dig them out, and that's it. But I will say this about Jose at the moment: there is a good feeling at the club. From what I'm hearing, there's a good feeling at the club. The people, players are happy. I mean, obviously, there's certain players that are not happy.
Alex, on that,
that's what I'm hearing.
Alex, that's my point. The word and the feeling and the news out of Tottenham is one of quite a lot of unison, right? So that's my point to you. With that unison, it's a disgrace that you've only won one game in 6. You have some of the best players in the Premier League in your team and in your squad. You have talent throughout. No style isn't the issue because you were winning lots of games with it. This is a mentality issue for me. Mentality. As soon as the wider forces of football were saying, with the way you started, you could be in this title race, or you are in this title race. The April went, the arses went, and Tottenham did what they always do. They crawled back under their little rock and said, "We just like taking."
Terry, I want to argue back.
1 second. I want to say something to Helena. Elena, you said to me before the preview, last time we did a preview, you said to me, "Oh, I'm sorry my players score goals. I'm sorry my players are clinical." What happened to that? What happened to that energy? No, I'm sorry. What happened to that energy?
And listen to anything I've said in the group chat. The energy hasn't changed, babe. I'll be honest with you. Right? Let's be real here. The way Jose Mourinho plays football has never been sustainable. Hence why I was Jose out from last season. Now that isn't a shock because to me, I don't agree with hitting and hoping. We act like we have Andy Carroll up top, not Harry Kane. Like the way we play is literally sit back, defend, hit and hope to get a lucky goal. That is the way we play when we're 1-0 up. There is no plan B. So for me, I don't like watching Harry Kane sit back and play like as if we've got Burnley attackers or as if we've got Andy Carroll up top. That's the way we play football. Now, we might as well play to their strengths, which is a bit more attacking because we can control games. We have the personnel to control games. We just don't do that. So I do not think this is on typical Tottenham bottling. To me, this is on Tottenham just not having good... for me, it's mainly tactics because it's very hard for Son and Kane to perform every game at that standard when they're sitting as centre halves. Like I just don't... I don't blame.
Do you know what I'm really like?
So many times rather than Jose Mourinho.
Do you know what I like about this? Do you know what I'm really liking about this? 4 weeks ago on here, from the 6-1 victory against Man United. Yes, we got bodied by them, but we're now in front of them in the league. So it's all good now. The Tottenham United thing's a dead one. We're better than you, right? At the end of the day, what I love from that game up until about 4 games ago, so we had a period of sort of 7-8 games. We had the Joshes. I know Josh just put in a super chat and said he can't come on. He's got bits going on. Big up yourself, Josh. They were all like, actually, Jose is like, I like Jose now.
I never said that, though.
I know
no one's saying you said it, Alex. Relax, bro.
You're also the only Tottenham fan in the world who thinks you're bigger than the FA Cup. So that's a madness anyway, right? But now suddenly, all Tottenham
fans... Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember that. That's the guy. You deserve smoke for that alone.
Maybe Jose is the right guy. Guys, let me just... So Maya's with us now as well. 1 win in 6. Football's not great at the minute. Another lead thrown away. Give us your thoughts, please.
Yeah, it's not good enough. In-game tactics, in-game management, like it wasn't there. I think that's a lot down to Jose's cockiness and just him as a manager. He's very stubborn, and maybe it will take 3 or 4 losses for him to realise that things have to change. Listen, I agree to an extent. I don't feel like this football's sustainable because when you lose and you play this style of football, it looks awful. It looks so bad. When you win, it looks brilliant. But when you lose, it looks awful. So no, it's not sustainable. But I do think Jose is the man for the job because he's a winner, and he'll go through spells like this, and he'll know how to put it right. So I do believe in Jose. It's been poor football. It's been poor performances from the players. I know it's a lot on Jose at the minute, but the performances that I've seen from the players, you can only take the horse to the water. You can't make it drink. You can put the players out on the pitch and give your in-game tactics, but if they're essentially not playing football well, which our players haven't been, Ben Davies tonight looked very, very good. I am one of Ben Davies's biggest critics, but out of all those players on the pitch, you probably look one of the better players. That says something. So
wait, he was the one. Wait, he was the guy that lost his man for the corner and
Yeah.
the goal.
hands up. Yeah, he did. But other than that, I don't think he really put a foot wrong. Yes, okay, for the corner again, a bit of a mixed match between losing his man and Harry Kane, whatever. It wasn't great. But yes, Jose, the football isn't working, the tactics aren't working, but I think people are letting off the players lightly. Like the football's been awful, and that is down to the performance that you put on the pitch as well as the in-game management and tactics. It's a mixture of both.
I agree with you to an extent there as well. Jose's football is Jose's football, and when you guys were winning games recently, I didn't think it was about players being over clinical or they're being sort of like people are performing above and beyond. It was people delivering in their roles within that system. I honestly think this is a mentality thing with Tottenham, and I know the word bottled will get thrown around as a little bit of a it's used so often it kind of dilutes it, but Tottenham do have a mentality issue for me, and it comes from fans like Alex. And I call fans like Alex out on this all the time, where they like, oh, we don't care about winning. You know, taking part is what's more important than anything else. I think that mentality gets into the mindset of players. You know, clubs and teams that winning trophies is the be all and end all. It's the most important element. They tend to deliver more than teams that are, it's just nice to take part. And I think these Spurs players have got to learn to handle the pressures more. You know, when they're looked at as underdogs, when they're behind the curve, suddenly Tottenham under Jose have sort of come to life, and Tottenham even under Poch come to life. As soon as we actually expect something now from Tottenham, every single time they fall away. And I've had this conversation with my dad, who's a Spurs fan. He just tells me to shut up or he's going to give me a slap. That tells me I'm right. You know what I mean? And I think that's the biggest thing that needs to be addressed at your club is the mentality issue, because you have got some of the best players in Europe in your team. You've got one of the most decorated managers of all time running you. You've got a board that's dedicated to making you winners. I just think it's when you're on that field of play, the arses go a little bit.
Yeah, because they haven't got no mentality. There's no title winners in it.